If you see your husbands come home with a big Ghana must go full of money, ask him, sweetheart, babies, or whatever pet names you call him, please, where did you get such monies from? Hello and welcome to RTR 360 Solutions TV. For 2 weeks now, we have not been able to drop any video for technical reasons. We don't want to be known only for great content. We also want to be noticed for great visuals and great video quality. So we are trying to get better, hoping also someone who likes and appreciates what we do here would give us a helping hand to making us bring out content on an awesome video quality. So all of that is what is keeping us behind the scenes to bring in what we do to fruition. Though we understand that consistency is key, but also we know that quality consistency is best and the only way forward. So we are not relenting in that regard. I want to make right that which will benefit and give our partners, that would be you watching me right now, the pivotal position to always access the required help and support. Anyways, we are here again trying to keep to the tenets of this platform. RTR 360 is a platform created to rapidly respond to the needs, profile solutions, and showcase the lifestyles of Nigerians and Africans to the world. Hence the name RTR stands for Rapid Throttle Response. So far, we've been posting videos cutting across different walks of life, different spheres of life, different life sectors and cultures, all with the intention to capture, build, and keep a subscribed fan base. This position is to keep us in a state where we will gradually introduce and focus only on what RTR stands for, which is proffering solutions, charity, and support. Anyways, we are here together again to try in our quest to profile solutions to add value to every sphere of life that concerns Nigerians, Africans, and the world. Today we are going to be discussing on something very important, and I expect everybody to listen attentively, because a lot of people think corrupt practices in Nigeria, though carried out by men, women probably do not have a hand in it. But in this video today, I want to explain to Nigerians that a lot of women in their homes, a lot of women who are married to all these politicians, all these men who over the years who've heard their names on TV, on radio, related to corrupt practices, also have contributed in these men being very corrupt. So today's video is geared towards explaining to Nigerians, to Africans, and to the world that a lot of women are also involved quietly at the background in trying to push, stimulate, or prod their husbands into being corrupt. We may not actually get facts to buttress or support these claims, but one thing I want Nigerians to understand is this: all these men who have been looting the treasuries of this country have women by their sides, either as wives or as partners or as fiancés or girlfriends. That is what I'm trying to see. The women in this country right now, how many of you can come out and say, I have actually challenged my husband because he came home with certain monies that I don't understand? Some amount of money that you can say is not commensurate with his pay or salary. How many of you women can say that you are united under a good cause to fighting your husbands who are corrupt? That is the topic today. The topic today is very clear. Women, what is your role in a home where your husband comes home with corrupt money? What are you doing? What are you doing as a wife? Because for a lot of persons in this country, we always want to think that our women are just housewives. We have a lot of women who are very vocal. We have a lot of women who are entrepreneurs at their own level. We have a lot of women who are very independent. They are married also to men who are very influential in the society. But what I want to understand is, if women are not in support of this, I know women will match out. What is the role of a woman? What is the role of a wife in a home where the husband is corrupt? Let me allow that sink in a bit so that you understand how massive this is. Wives at home, what do you say to your husbands when they bring looted and corrupt funds into your home? What do you say to them? Because the lack of action from women all over the country accounts for so much the outcome of corrupt events we get to witness always. So the message today is simple. Women, wives, mothers, please, have you been cautioning your husbands or your partners as regards this subject? Have you been telling your husbands that these monies you bring home, where did you get it from? I want to believe that most of the challenges, issues, and problems we have in this country right now in terms of corruption are somehow either encouraged assisted or propagated by women. I want to feel women actually know something about these things, but they are not seeing anything. A lot of the problems we have or are faced with in this country right now concerning corruption, misappropriation of funds, budget padding, misuse of public funds, fraudulent monetary and other related kinds of lifestyle are supported and encouraged in a way by women. So this video is geared towards addressing these issues by talking directly to women. The level of dilapidation in the structure of everything that makes up this country, starting from her foundation, is under serious attack. And the repairs to this broken or near collapse of a system cannot be left to government, NGOs, private companies, firms or external bodies. Definitely we would need to also search ourselves and our individual values. Let's come back home a bit. Let's come back home. Let's start from the home. I remember a statement Mr. President made on assumption of office, which to a lot of Nigerians was a very prolific message and very emphasizing, powering home the strong intent of the new administration, which was also alluded to and applauded before it also went viral. Mr. President said, and I quote, "I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody." This message felt like this man was ready for the change campaign that brought him into power. A lot of people closer to Mr. President also reiterated this message, that he was dedicated and truthful to the cause of changing this country for the better. But the truth is this: Mr. Buhari alone is not in himself 220 million Nigerians. He is just an individual with a few lieutenants who work with him to assist in the running of the government. But all his lieutenants also do not constitute 220 million Nigerians. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that if we don't have strong-minded citizens from different sectors and spheres of life come out, stand their grounds with great intent to help and to better this country, I can assure you that Nigeria will continue to circle back and forth and still centrifuge at just about a spot for eternity. And that's the truth. One of the major pillars of destruction on which our problems lie as a people and as a nation is corruption. We already know that. Every sector of scam, armed robbery, theft, and major money or economic fraud is supposedly attributed to men. This corruption is supposedly carried out by 98% of the men in this country, not women. I want everybody to understand this properly. Women do not constitute a worrying number of persons involved in corruption in this country. But women are involved indirectly by the role they play quietly in their homes, what they tell their spouses or partners at home, by what they accept and encourage in their homes. Which brings me to the question of, where are the wives? Where are the partners, the hobbies, the spouses of all these men? One person in this country can embezzle 20 billion naira just to himself and family, while the rest of other Nigerians settle for peanuts at their various places of endeavor. A lot of persons in this country are suffering because of one person who has looted monies meant for about 100 million Nigerians. Look at what is happening at NDDC. It is no joke to say that monies claimed to have been looted from the coffers of NDDC can comfortably cater for about 1 million Nigerians. Almost 70% of the funds budgeted for the country annually are stolen by Nigerians who I can confidently say are not single men. These people are not single men. These men are married with children. So if you're saying we need to tackle all these fraudulent and excessive corrupt lifestyles, then we would need to start at the family level, at the household level, at the father, wife, and children level. The children can actually be excused for not being at the level to confront their parents if they see corrupt displays at home. But what of the wives? What of the spouses? What of the fiancés? The wives should be able to confront and talk to their husbands, definitely. You should be able to talk to your husband when you see corrupt funds in your house or in your home. Wives, please talk to your husbands. If you see your husbands come home with a big Ghana must go full of money, ask him, sweetheart, babies, or whatever pet names you call him, please, where did you get such monies from? Yes, ask him. You have the right to ask your husband where he gets or brings some of these monies he brings home. If you see your husband spending and displaying the type of money that is not commensurate with his take-home or salary, please ask him, sweetheart, where did you get these monies from? What are you doing with 30 million naira in your house? Such money should be in the bank or transactions done electronically. Even if you want to pay contractors, contractors are not paid in their house. Okay, let's say you are about to carry out your constituency assignment. Such monies are still not supposed to be in your house. Our women and mothers are not asking their husbands questions. So this gives me the strong awakening to stand on the fact that women are 100% in support of all these men. All these husbands looting the treasury of this country because their wives are not saying anything. Our mothers and our women, whom we know to be very disciplined, gentle, caring, emotional, loving, and very supportive, are not doing anything to help fight this scourge. Mothers and wives who we know always want to ask questions. A typical Nigerian girl, a female, even a girl child, will tell you her experiences with the type of questions she was usually accosted with by her mother when she misbehaved or did something wrong. She was always being accosted or checked, monitored, and yelled at because supposedly she behaved or acted in a way not conforming to the family guidelines or actions that are outside the tenets of the family, or she probably went outside the family modest tradition. Why don't we have our women or mothers stand up to our fathers or all these men whom we know on a daily loot the treasury of this country? I have never seen or heard of a woman, a mother, or a wife who came out to say, I am going to divorce my husband because my husband is a very corrupt man. I have never seen that. I have never witnessed that. We have always known women to be different in fighting all kinds of life abuse. So why is this one so different? I have never seen women come under an umbrella or take up a cause with one voice to say, we are united to fighting corruption. Our husbands are corrupt and we are marching to the National Assembly or to Channels TV or to AIT to tell Nigerians that we as women under X or Y umbrella are not in support, or we are not a part of this rubbish that is continually carried out by our husbands. So I want to ask women right now, what is your role in trying to prevent your husbands from bringing corrupt money or ill-gotten wealth into your home? Are we saying Nigerian women, who we have always known to unite in the fight against rape, female abduction, women underrepresentation, and lack of women appointment in public offices, are we saying these women do not exist anymore? Most women caution their children, especially the female children, on how to live modest lives. But these same mothers do not know how to caution their husbands on how to stay away from corrupt practices. This is a clear indication that women do not caution their spouses. If most women practice this, we will get some level of traction. It will definitely be felt or seen in this country. I am saying all this because we know the position of women in our country and in our everyday life. We know how women all over the world have championed and won a lot of public and civil cases. Women have stood up against societal ills and fought against causes that are unhealthy. This is the only cause that our women or mothers have not marched out against. Women have always been our pillars of last resort, our comforters, our economic managers at home and at work. Women have come out in the past to stand and champion causes that would always be in our memories. There are a lot of men in this country whose corrupt practices are so visible in their homes, around their circle of friends, Christian and Muslim associations, and even their family members. Rather than get admonished, these men enjoy the best accolades, patronize heavily to nearly being worshipped. This societal acceptance and celebration of corrupt persons is no news. What is a burden to me is, why do Nigerians go crazy about some particular corrupt events in the country and we get to hear nothing from women, especially women whose husbands are repeatedly called out on every corrupt bulletin? Hush Puppy has a girlfriend. Evans has a wife. All our politicians, financial experts, contractors, and so on, who have been allegedly accused or indicted or charged with corruption, have wives at home. So wives, mothers, what is your role in a home where your spouses bring corrupt monies home? Please go down the comment section and express yourself. Please enlighten us. Tell us, as a woman, as a wife, what are you doing in your home to change the narrative, to actually make Nigerians understand your own personal fight against corruption when your husband brings corrupt funds home. Thanks for sticking by. We're so happy to have you here. My name is Fred Iqbal from RTL360 Solutions. Peace out.